You know, have you ever wondered if those ancient stories we all hear about are more than just, well, stories? What if, hidden inside one of them, there was a map, a blueprint for real personal transformation? Today, we're going to dive into one of the most incredible events in the Bible, a story that might just be a guide for anyone looking to find a deeper spiritual path.
So picture this. You have the great prophet Elijah. This is the guy who called down fire from the sky, and it's his last day on earth. He's literally about to be taken up into heaven. Right there with him is his apprentice, Elisha. And on this final crazy day, Elisha is facing a choice that is going to change everything for him.
But this isn't just some dusty historical account. The way this journey unfolds is really more like a symbolic guide, a spiritual map, if you will, with 4 very specific stops. And each one represents a huge step in our own growth.
So how does this whole thing kick off? Well, it all starts with a test. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Elijah turns to Elisha and pretty much tells him to stay put. He says, "The Lord has sent me on," basically giving his student an easy out. But Elisha's answer, that's what gets the whole thing started.
This is his response. Every single time. And you've got to understand, this isn't just him being stubborn. No, this is a powerful declaration of absolute commitment. Elisha's saying, "I'm all in." And that loyalty, that's the price of admission for the journey ahead.
Okay, so with his commitment totally clear, their first stop is a place called Gilgal. And Gilgal is not just some random spot on the map. It is packed with symbolic meaning.
You see, this was the very first place the Israelites camped after they finally crossed the Jordan River into the Promised Land. And the first thing they did? They set up 12 giant stones as a memorial, a permanent reminder for everyone to see that big things happen in the real world.
But the name itself, that's the real giveaway. Gilgal literally means to roll away, which of course makes you ask, what exactly is being rolled away here?
And there it is. That was God's promise to the people right on that spot. Gilgal is the starting line because it's all about separation. For us, today, you can think of it as deliberately rolling away the past, the failures, the old identities, the junk that holds you back. It's that first crucial step of leaving the old you behind so you can start fresh.
So, after you make that clean break at Gilgal, where does the map lead? Well, it takes us to 2 more famous places, Bethel and Jericho. And these aren't just points on a map, they're more like spiritual classrooms.
First, they go to Bethel, which literally means house of God. See, once you've rolled away the past and created some space, the next step is about what you fill that space with. You move from separating from something to experiencing something new. In this case, it's about learning to be in the presence of the divine.
And this place was absolutely sacred. It's where Jacob had his dream about a ladder reaching up to heaven. For a while, the Ark of the Covenant was even kept here. It was the place to go to connect. So after leaving the past behind at Gilgal, the next step on the map is learning to live with a real sense of presence and purpose.
Then, from Bethel, the path leads straight to Jericho. Now, when we hear Jericho, we immediately think of the battle, right? The trumpets, the walls crumbling down. But on this spiritual map, Jericho isn't about a fight. It's about learning a completely different kind of power.
Just think about it. The Israelites didn't win that battle with swords and shields. They won by walking, by following instructions and walking in obedience for 7 days. The lesson of Jericho is all about learning to trust a process you can't fully see or control. It's realizing that some of your biggest wins come not from fighting harder, but from walking in faith and letting a higher power take the lead.
And that brings us to the final hurdle, the last stop on this physical journey right before the supernatural grand finale. It's the Jordan River. And just like it happened all those years ago, Elijah takes off his cloak, folds it up, and strikes the water. And boom, the river parts. They walk right across on dry ground. It's a massive miracle for sure. But for Elisha, what's happening here is deeply personal.
Here's the key. Crossing the Jordan symbolizes the ultimate act of surrender. It's about dying to your old self, to your own strength, to your own brilliant plans. This is the point of no return. It's the moment you completely let go and step into a new reality, powered by something beyond yourself.
And it's only after this, only after crossing the Jordan and completing all 4 stages of this incredibly demanding path, that Elisha is finally ready to witness the miracle he's been chasing with such fierce loyalty.
So they get to the other side of the river, and Elijah turns to him and asks,
All right, what do you want? What can I do for you? And Elijah's request is just audacious. He asks for a double portion of his master's spirit. Elijah tells him, wow, you've asked for a difficult thing. And then he gives him one condition. You have to see me when I'm taken. You have to be right here, fully present for the transition.
Can you just imagine that moment? The whole journey is done, the huge request has been made, the condition is on the table, and they're just walking, talking, probably about who knows what.
And then, out of nowhere, a chariot of fire, pulled by horses of fire, just appears and drives right between them, separating them. And in that same instant, a whirlwind snatches Elijah and takes him up into heaven.
And Elisha, he sees it. He sees it all. He doesn't look away. And his cry proves it. He passed the final test. By staying present, by witnessing the impossible, he met the condition. The double portion was his.
So there you have it. It's not just an amazing story. It's a clear 4-stage process, a map to transformation, hidden right there in this ancient tale.
So let's just recap this incredible map one more time. You start at Gilgal. That's where you make a clean break with your past. From there, it's on to Bethel, where you learn to live in God's presence. Next up is Jericho, the place you learn to walk by faith and let go of trying to control everything. And finally, you cross the Jordan, the ultimate surrender of your old life to step into something brand new.
Elisha followed this path, and his reward was a double portion. So it really leaves us with a powerful question to think about. If this map really is timeless, which of these 4 stops, Gilgal, Bethel, Jericho, or the Jordan, represents the very next step for you?